Hello everyone, and welcome to our presentation on the topic of managing people. I will start by stating the objective of the presentation and provide an introduction or definition to management. Then we'll get further into the role of management, skills of an effective manager, responsibilities of a manager. Then we'll survey some management styles and finally wrap up with a conclusion. Our objective today is to convey the importance of managing people or human resource management. We'll do this by providing an overview of the functions of effective managers and emphasize specific areas where managers can focus their efforts in order to improve their skills. To acquire a skill, it must be practiced. We hope that you'll find the information in this presentation useful and that you'll be able to find ways to apply these techniques in order to become a more effective leader. So you might ask, what does management mean? Good management is a form of investment. Its goals are to get the most out of a resource, add more value to an effort, and achieve the best return for the organization. It can be practiced on people, projects, organizations, and processes or systems. It's the function that coordinates the efforts of people to accomplish goals and objectives using available resources both efficiently and effectively. We separate the roles of a manager into three main categories: interpersonal, informational, and decisional. Interpersonal roles include interacting with people. This could be subordinates, customers, or even upper management. Informational roles include sharing and analyzing data. This can include relaying information about high-level company objectives and values to your team of employees, for example. Finally, managers must make decisions. To make good decisions, you have to take into account available alternatives and choose the one that best lines up with company goals. Skills of an effective manager. Skills necessary to become an effective manager include effective communication to clearly convey ideas and avoid confusion, advocating for improvement to increase productivity and avoid stagnating, coaching employees to help them overcome obstacles and realize their full potential, engaging and supporting teams to encourage employees to continue to improve. Another important item is identifying and managing resistance in the workplace to keep people happy and keep productivity high. Managers have a vast array of responsibilities. We'll now go into further detail on many of these. A manager is tasked with the complex task of staffing his group with individuals that meet the requirements of the job being performed. To do this, the position must be advertised so that applications and resumes can be collected. Applications and resumes are then screened for applicability to the job description. A subset of applicants is then invited to be interviewed. The interview is used to further screen applicants by asking them questions relevant to the job that they will be performing. A final choice is made and the onboarding process takes place. You can think of this like in fishing. You've hooked the fish, but you still have to reel it in and get it on the boat. Once the employee begins work, he or she must be trained for company-specific as well as job-specific tasks. The manager must have a keen sense of job retention and plan accordingly, as some areas are liable to have lower retention rates than others. Many workers do not remain satisfied in their jobs for very long periods of time. For this reason, a manager must pay close attention to the desire to move up among employees, and compare that with the performance of each employee when considering promotions. A good rule of thumb is to promote employees who are already performing at or near the next job level. By doing this, you avoid the problem of promoting employees to their level of incompetence. Winning trust and commitment promotes teamwork and motivates employees to increase efficiency. A necessity for all employees is adequate training. It is the manager's responsibility to provide that training. When employees are trained properly, they have a higher confidence in the tasks they are doing and productivity increases. To a certain extent, turnover rate is reduced since employees are more satisfied and comfortable in their current job function, which reduces hiring costs. One of the possibly less desirable responsibilities of a manager is completing performance evaluations. Evaluating an employee's performance and worth to the company is difficult. However, a manager must do so in a careful and constructive manner to maintain a culture of growth within the organization. Suggestions include providing employees with constructive feedback on a more frequent and regular basis so that there are no surprises during annual evaluations. During evaluations, it is important that employees understand their performance in specific areas to enable them to work on and improve during the following evaluation period. Finally, it is a good idea to use evaluations to do some proactive planning to help meet organizational goals as well as employee career aspirations. If performance evaluation wasn't daunting enough, conflict resolution takes it a step further. In this case, employees are basically evaluating each other and determining subpar performance. Since they don't have all the necessary managerial skills, it becomes the job of the manager to step in and resolve these conflicts. It's not all bad though. Resolving conflicts actually helps employees to grow by increasing their understanding. They learn to respect each other and find new ways to work together effectively. So how is it that we go about resolving conflicts? It's important to stay focused. Listen carefully to all parties involved. Understand that each party is likely preoccupied with their own viewpoint, and as such have not listened to the other party's viewpoint. Seek out a compromise that will appease all involved parties. Keep communication channels open by allowing each party interrupted time to convey their opinions. Discourage criticism by responding with empathy. We'll now shift gears a bit and talk about some of the different styles of management. A directive approach is demonstrated by telling subordinates directly what is expected of them. It is important to use this technique cautiously. It is more effective with a low-skilled job or for short periods of time leading up to critical deadlines. An authoritative approach focuses the team toward a common goal, allowing each member to get there individually. Affiliative management promotes harmony among team members to enhance productivity. Participative management encourages employees to contribute ideas and helps them better grasp concepts. This encourages ownership in their jobs and can be a positive approach. A pace-setting manager sets a goal and works directly with subordinates to achieve that goal. This is effective for unique projects with severe schedule constraints. A coaching style of management is a more passive role where the manager focuses on the growth and development of individual employees and aligning those with the company's objectives. This is effective when working with a highly skilled team. So you've made it this far, and that's all we have for you on managing people today. We'll leave you with some closing remarks now. Managing people is no simple task. It involves many complex tasks such as decision-making, staffing, motivating and maintaining control over employees as well as the department. A manager must have interpersonal skills in addition to technical skills in order to be an effective leader. An effective manager must assume a variety of roles. He or she must know how and when to switch between these roles effectively. Finally, we leave you with this thought. A successful manager is often a selfless manager, putting the needs of the organization and subordinates before his or her own.